निरान्तस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताका स्वामी इति नामिने नम आचार्यपादाय निताय कृपाप्रदायिने गौरकथाधामदाय नगरग्रामतारिणे नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यसुतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So today we will be discussing about four regulative principles, why it is important to follow these four regulative principles. Okay, so there are four regulative principles of devotional service, which are no eating of meat including fish or eggs, and no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex life. So why these are prohibited? Because they are the pillars of sinful life. They directly destroy our four pillars of religion, like mercy. By eating meat, we become very cruel. We don't feel compassionate towards animals, other living entities. So it is destroying the pillar of mercy. And then by intoxication, we don't feel like performing any austerity. We become lazy and we don't perform any austerity. So like raising early in the morning, chanting and fasting on Ekadashi, and speech, body cleanliness. So it will not be there. When you are intoxicated, you don't feel like be purified of yourself. You will remain impure. By eating liquor, you may remain impure also. You will feel lazy also. And by gambling, you will become liar. So now gambling is there. Which means when you are gambling, you cannot be honest. Honest gambling is not possible. So share market also, so much cheating. So business also, so much cheating is going on. So that cheating will be there. No truthfulness, falsity will be there. And illicit sex life means cleanliness. So it is a mixture of two bodies. So means it is a union of two bodies. So it is impure, mixture of blood, urine, stool. The body is consisting. So again, union of two souls, union of two bodies. Again, it is something to do with blood, something to do with urine, something to do with semen. So it is considered to be impure. That's why it is considered to be breaking the pillar of cleanliness. How can he advance in spiritual life? If we break the pillars of religion, we cannot progress in spiritual life. Therefore, it is strictly we have to follow these four regulative principles. So, strictly following these four regulative principles is a must for every devotee, and indeed it is for every civilized human being. So, if you want to live a civilized way of life, you must follow these pillars of religion: mercy, austerity, truthfulness, cleanliness. So, in order to come this, you should stop eating meat, you should stop drinking, intoxication, you should stop gambling also, you should stop illicit sex life. So these things only establish the pillars of dharma. Apart from meat, fish and eggs, garlic and onions are also forbidden for devotees. So apart from meat, this onion, garlic, fish, egg also is forbidden. So factory made bread and biscuits and other food cooked by non-devotees are also forbidden. So devotees like to take only Krishna Prasada. We should take only Krishna Prasada. We should cook ourselves and we should have to eat that. Maybe fruits also you can offer and eat that prasadam. So only we have to eat Krishna Prasadam. Food cooked specifically by for the pleasure of the Lord and offered to him with love and devotion. So we should specifically prepare the food for the pleasure of Lord and we should offer it with love and devotion. So about intoxication, we should prohibit intoxication like no, not only alcohol, ganja, and hard drugs, but also tobacco, pan, betel nuts, betel powder, tea, coffee, and soft drinks containing caffeine such as cola. All these things are prohibited. So we should stop eating alcohol, ganja, hard drugs, tobacco, pan, betel nuts, and powder tea, coffee. Also, we should stop, and soft drinks also. So chocolate also contains mild intoxicants, and therefore it is forbidden for devotees. And next is gambling. Gambling also is no, it is wasting our time actually. Gambling, watching TV, going to the cinema, mundane sports and music, etc., are not meant for the devotees. So this is simply waste of our time. This will not help us for our progress in spiritual life. This will only divert our mind, and this will only what you say will give us bad associations. This gambling are the places where everything, all irreligious activities happen. So gambling means they will eat meat also. They will eat gamble means they will gambling also involves intoxication, illicit sex, maid eating. Everything is involved in this gambling. And illicit sex life, next, any sexual relationship other than those within marriage for the purpose of begetting Krishna conscious children. So illicit sex means other than those which is within the marriage, any relationship other than those within marriage for the purpose of begetting Krishna conscious children. So sex life should not be used for sense gratification. It should be used for begetting nice children. Extramarital relationship are grossly sinful, spoil spiritual advancement, and therefore should not even be considered. Abortion, contraception, and sterilization are not only unnatural but also greatly sinful. So the whole world is suffering because of this. No, meat eating, gambling, intoxication, illicit sex. The whole world is suffering. I will tell you that later how it is. Masturbation is also illicit because it uselessly wastes vital fluid and contaminates our consciousness. So this is especially for bachelors and unmarried people. So those who live without wife. So this is very useless, wasting the vital energy which is life. Semen is considered to be life. So wasting is equivalent to death. Modern so-called progressive civilization promotes sex so much that even those who are serious about spiritual advancement often find its attraction difficult to overcome. For help with this problem, it is best to have a frank talk with a devotee you deeply trust. Also read Brahmacharya and Krishna Consciousness by the Rath of this. So this is I have taken this from the Beginner's Guide to Krishna Consciousness by His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj. So I will tell you further about these four regulative principles now from my own understanding. So there is a saying that you get what you sow. In Tamil it is said, "நீ எதை விதைக்கிறாயோ அதையே அறுவடை செய்வாய்." You get what you sown, correct? So if you sow death, you get death. Like this, see, if you kill others for the sake of your food, you kill others. Similarly, you will be killed by others for the sake of somebody else's food. So death generates death. The killing animals generates killing ourselves, killing yourself. Next is intoxication also, by intoxication, one is it is speeding up the process of death. Intoxication also speeds up the process of death. Nowadays people are dying because of these sinful activities. um, Intoxication, you know how many accidents happen because of drunken driving. So intoxication, by intoxication people are dying. Drunken driving accidents happens, and then by intoxication they spoil their health, their bodily everything is getting spoiled slowly, and by this they are actually dying. Intoxication also generates death. Intoxication also fastens this process of death, speeds up the death. So it does not give you long life. Intoxication, it only reduces your longevity. And gambling also, when there is a gambling there is a fight also, sometimes there is a death also. Gambling, it also, it like social suicide, because gambling you will lose all your money and then you are nowhere in the society. You may be a rich person, by gambling you lose all your money. It is also death only. Spiritual, it is a material death. So gambling, there's a, sometimes there is a fight also, sometimes there is a death also because of gambling. You know, so many times it has happened in the past also. Gambling only generates death. You know, gambling, because of gambling, Pandavas lost their kingdom. Because of gambling, Draupadi was been disrobed, was trying to be disrobed, but Lord Krishna saved it. So again, because of gambling, that so much death has happened. The gambling was not there, and then Mahabharata war would not have happened. I hope so, because ultimately it is Krishna's plan. Um, so this Mahabharata war happened because of gambling. Of course, there's a, we can take, but in if you understand these things, um, we cannot go deeply. But externally, if you see, um, gambling actually generates death, and illicit sex life also generates death, because there is the possibility of transmission of diseases, and it is called sexually transmitted diseases, and so many diseases are coming. AIDS, so many diseases, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, so many diseases are coming because of this illicit sex life. And illicit sex life also, like, it is death, because for a newborn child, no, in every seed there is a child, there is a, no, there is a soul. So everywhere there is a soul. When there is a soul is been fluid, the fluid is been wasted, it is like death also. So it is illicit sex life is also death. Death generates death. If you some children who are born by illicit sex, they do abortion also, they do contraception, they do sterilization, everything is death. Death generates death. Overall, if you see, this four regulatory principles is connected with the death, which is unnatural for the soul. The soul is immortal, but because it is associated with the adharma, associated with irreligion, that is death. Death is irreligion actually. Death is adharma. So it is connected with the death. All the processes, all the sinful activities which are listed here, it is all connected with the death only. See, death means like meat eating is a death, and death to animals, and if in the future to the human beings. And intoxication also is connected with death, because by intoxication slowly is dying, and excessive intoxication also will die quickly. Slow intoxication will slow the process. So, and then gambling also, by gambling there is a fighting, sometimes there's a death because of the gambling, fighting will be there. Then there is a death will be there. And then illicit sex life means there's a possibility of transmitting the diseases from one person to another person through blood, through exchange of semen. So there is a death. Illicit sex life also is death. So ultimately this eating, meat eating, gambling, intoxication, illicit sex is connected with the death. So that is why this is prohibited. So the whole world people are dying. uh, Untimely death is happening because of these not following these four regulatory principles. Untimely death, all over the world people are dying. Untimely death is happening because of these sinful activities. So that is why this is prohibited. And when they die untimely, either they go to hell, or they when they other or they become ghost. So that is why in the Kali Yuga it is said that in Garuda Purana also it is said that people in Kali Yuga gradually become ghost, because they are not, because they don't follow dharma. The demigods they don't bless, or Lord Krishna will not bless them. Sages will not bless them. Sages, demigods, forefathers, all they will not bless these people. So what happens? They will become, and there is no proper religion. Is not there is no proper shraddha, tarpana, pinda. There is no family tradition. So what happens is there is no proper following dharma. So there is no proper cremation also. There is no proper funeral ceremony also. There is no proper offering of pinda tarpana also. There is no proper family. So what happens is the living entities, they will when they die, there is nobody to care for them. So they become, either they go to hell for their sinful activities. If they do not go to hell, they become ghostly creatures. The ghostly creatures, they haunt the place where they lived. They haunt the people whom they are contacted. They harass the people whom they are contacted. And so they hover around, move around in this earth only. If their life, suppose if they're supposed to live for long period of time, but they die untimely, so either they may go to death, no, they go to hell, or they go to this, they may become ghost creatures. So next is, so it is already predicted in Srimad Bhagavatam also. Pisachi Sandarshanam Bhavishyati. In Kali Yuga, people will become ghostly. Because so I will talk in the next thing. Okay, Hare Krishna.